welcome back to Moztreet, and today we have an interesting video. It's all about adding my Motone Custom parts to my Scrambler 900. So let's start with what's on the table, starting with the bar end mirrors. These are called the Turismo Type S. High quality, great mirrors for the bike, basically replacing the ones that are like Mickey Mouse ears. Going down to the bottom, we have the Pico LED turn signals. These are very bright and very high quality. We have a set of two with the clampets that go on the fork tube. Here we have the two rivet badges, one on the right, one on the left. We also have two stealth exhaust clamps. These are basically replacing the finned clamps that are on the bike on the exhaust system. That goes directly to the header. And over here we have the Gemini bar end finishers that go very well with the Turismo bar end mirrors. And of course, these are the Geiger headlight clamps. They replace the ugly clamp that's on the motorcycle, the stock one. And over here we have a tail tidey that goes very well with the Gort rear light, brake light, and it also has some lights over here to light up the license plate. The Godfather top yoke. This is a clutch guide that sits on the bottom of the motorcycle, gives it a unique look. 4 black cylinder stud knuckle caps to give it a unique look on the top end of the motorcycle. The mirror delete kit. This is the Defender Sump guard for proper protection on the motorcycle, because the plastic one on the Scrambler 900 doesn't do anything. It's terrible. If you go over something sharp or rock, it might break the bottom end of your motorcycle. And lastly, we have the rear brake relocation kit with a cable that is a little bit longer, but we won't be installing this today because this actually needs the rear brake system to be flushed, and it needs a pump and special tools, which I do not have ready with me today. So stay tuned for another video while I upgrade my brake system, maybe front and back as well. Right, so the first thing that I'm going to swap is this tail tidey. Yes, this is an aftermarket tail tidey, but I want to swap it because the quality is not there and I had some issues with it. So let's take it off and see how the new one looks. Alright, so this is what we have so far. The tail tidey is installed. All the wiring and connection was a pretty straightforward process. On the website of Motone Customs, you have a diagram. Everything is lettered and you could connect everything easily. Yes, the cables are a little bit too long, but I kind of strapped them all, smushed them together with some bands. But I ran into some issues installing this little bracket that holds the turn signals. I did not find any proper screws that hold these two together, so I basically used the screws and nuts that I had for the previous tail tidey, and I used the 4 screws that came with this tail tidey to install it, which are 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is how it looks. Looks clean, awesome, high quality. The next step will be to install the Geiger headlight brackets. So we're gonna push it out, pull these out, and then connect everything back together. And along the way, of course, we're gonna install the clamps and the Pico turn signals in the front. install these headlight brackets, I have to remove the vinyl, black vinyl that I have on the forks in order for them to slip on because they're very, very tight. So let's do this side. We already have the other side, and then start mounting everything together.
Yo, get the speaker box loud, hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound.
When you want to put everything back together, so you just lightly tap each side. Never use a metal hammer or anything sharp because you might actually break something. Okay, so I don't think we're going to be tightening this piece right here because it's actually bigger than the original nut. So in the meantime, we're going to use this instead of this, and then we're going to add this later when I have the proper tools. This whole setup right here is fit and done. The next step would be to install the indicators. What do you think? Will it start? Tested the bike, tested the lights, everything works fine. Now we're going to install the ribbed badges right and left. And now for the studs on the cylinder head. Once I get this bag with little tiny screws. Right, and now for the mirrors and the bar end, these little pieces right here. So let's take, first of all, we need the tools, obviously. Out with the Chinese mirrors. And then slightly. And now for the left side, guys. Let's go. Taking the little ugly bar end off. See, look at the difference. We're gonna cut that. Some beautiful mirrors on the bike. Now for the mirror delete kit. This little piece, if you flip it, it had the little mirror extension part. So this basically used to be like this, and it had the mirrors on top. So you can take this off, and with the mirror delete kit, you have just this little piece right here, which you can install. There's nothing at the bottom, nothing at the top. At last, all right, so we're gonna take this off with the cheesy remote, because we're not gonna use it at the moment. Gonna take the reservoir off. Make sure this doesn't fall. Right. That's enough, and there you go.
Hallelujah.
Reservoir installed, delete kit, mirrors, and everything else. Alright guys, so this is it for now. We're not going to install any other parts. We're going to leave the rest for later because it's too late to continue on this project right now. So let's change location and continue with fitting the rest of the parts. Alright, we are back home and ready to finish this build, starting off with removing the handlebars so we could install the Godfather stem nut. Yesterday I had some issues removing it because I did not have the proper tool, so basically I went to the hardware store this morning and got the 38mm socket to remove and install the new one. In no particular order, we're going to also replace the exhaust clamps with the Stealth exhaust clamps. After that, we're going to have to replace these long ass screws that are holding the indicator brackets because I did not find any short screws in the package when it arrived. So I got shorter screws and they should fit just well. So after that, we're gonna install the Defender sump guard. It's gonna give it a better look and proper protection because the stock one from Triumph is terrible. It's plastic and it covers the bottom of the engine halfway through. And last but not least, we have the clutch cable guide in black. When I tried to tighten this yesterday, I scratched it just a little bit right here and I stopped, did not continue. Now with this proper tool and applying a cloth on top or a shirt, a rag, that's it. Now let's put everything back together. Nice, in my opinion. It looks better than stock. Right, so now we got to the part where I need to replace these long screws that are holding the indicator bracket. So we're going to take them off, replace them with these. According to the manual, we're supposed to start with the bottom right nut, tighten it to 10mm, and then the top one for 10 as well, and then go 19 and then 19. So you have to go back and forth so they could push together equally on the gasket. So let's go to 10. Black, matte, and stealthy. Okay, while we're still on the side, let's go down to the clutch cable guide. You have to release these two screws right here. Make sure you get the proper torque settings when you put them back in, and basically release these two screws, pull this cable, and then pop it out from this side. We are almost finished with the project. We need to remove this plastic sump guard and replace it with the aluminum.
Yo, get the speaker box loud, hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound. Hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound.
Alright guys, so here it is, looking better than ever, the Triumph Scrambler 900 Moztreet edition. You can call it that, I call it that. You probably did notice that I do have some parts that I did not install in this video. They're installed later because I created this video about 2 months ago. I got a little bit busy and, you know, along the way I ordered a bunch of parts and I installed them as soon as I can because I got so excited. So let's start with the first obvious thing is the Öhlins rear shocks. The TR624, I got them from Barcelona. And as soon as I arrived, I installed them on the bike. The next obvious thing I installed on this bike is the fat tank. This is off of a Speed Twin 1200. I got it from the dealership. It was scratched, I polished it, and it looks fantastic. Another thing I got from the dealership is the Triumph aluminum brake reservoir. It looks better than the stock one, which is plastic. Fantastic. We also got the pike levers from Motone. They're absolutely amazing. These are adjustable from 1 to 5 each side. And of course, if you look closely over here, you cannot see an ignition switch because I took that off, drilled it out, took the cable from Motone Customs and connected it way down here. So this is a bracket I got from Bach, I don't know what they're called. They're a French manufacturer for custom motorcycles. It was very expensive. I did not, I wanted to return it at some point. I paid over 90 euros maybe with shipping to receive it, and it took about a month. The one for Motone Customs did not fit the Scrambler. It fits the T100 and the T120, but does not fit this bike. So I had to get the one from Bach and connected the Motone Customs extension cable that goes up here under the tank and connects here. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't have, oh yeah, one last thing. The last part that I have, the last accessory, is this SP Connect phone mount, which has a quick charger with an anti-vibration module. You have this beautiful cover that goes with it. So let's mount it real quick and show you how good the anti-vibration module is. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. This is the bike so far. We are gonna add some more stuff to it in the future, replace things, modify it, tune it to make it the perfect Scrambler. Some of them may be a short seat kit where I need to modify or cut the back end of the motorcycle. I also want to replace the catalytic converter and probably add a tune to the bike. What else? A black sprocket, maybe black or gold chain. And of course, maybe swap the headlight for one that is smaller, a bait style headlight. What else? A handlebar could be something that's interesting to change, swap on this bike. This one it's great, it's not bad. Maybe I'll paint this one in black or keep it, or maybe just swap it into something else completely. Another crucial thing that I should be adding to this bike is, you know, to balance out the suspension on the motorcycle. Okay, we have Öhlins rear shocks in the back. They're absolutely wonderful, comfortable. They perform fantastic. But in the front, we have nothing. We have the stock, nothing to adjust on the left or right. I might be swapping them out with Adriani Misano Evo cartridges, or maybe the Öhlins that fit into these forks. So we're gonna see if that's gonna happen this year. If not, maybe the beginning of next year. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. It took us a while to create this video, I know, but now it's done. I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.